Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. And for tonight's live stream episode, we're going to be talking about HP and some other things on top of this. So, first and foremost, before we get started, I definitely do want to take the time to thank each and every single one of you for being part of the live stream and for all my viewers out there, getting me up to 1,300 views. I definitely do appreciate this so very much. Big shout out to each and every single one of you. And I do have my live chats open, guys and gals. If you would like to participate, if you're not already in chats, let's get a hashtag 2 thumbs up. Let me know who's out here in the chats. And without further ado, again, live chats are open. So if you guys would like to jump in, you're more than welcome to. Ladies, also, please be respectful to myself, my moderators, and all my other viewers because I do not tolerate negativity on this channel at any given time. So, again, I definitely do want to thank you guys for your understanding and everything. So, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into it. So, as you guys know, I have made videos in the past about NVIDIA's 5090 graphics cards and everything melting. Just to kind of do a little bit of a recap, also with updated news on top of that. HP is actually using the 5090 graphics card, guys. So if you do have a gaming system, make sure to check your connections after you live stream, or if you're live streaming, or if you're just playing any type of games on your PC, always check your connections at the very end of your games. So when you go to shut down your PC, you can just unhook them, check them, and plug them back in. You should be good to go. I don't think there's anything else that you have to do specifically. But then again, I don't know. I've never unplugged one before, so just be careful. So I do have some gaming updates and more details here so far. Car Dealer Simulator is in fact coming out with the first DLC, guys. That will not be released until sometime in 2026. There's no set dates, and nobody knows exactly when these when this DLC is going to launch. So if you have not checked out that game just yet, I definitely do suggest checking that out. It is a very, very, very interesting game. Your main character starts out as your main character is actually a young fellow. I'd probably say if I had to guess, I'd probably say anywhere from 19 to possibly 23 years of age. You're actually rolling into a car dealership, you're getting a vehicle, you're taking it back to the garage, and over a period of time, you can also expand your garage. You can add more stuff onto your land as well. And eventually, that's when your character takes over the business. So if you'd like to check out previews of that, you guys can actually find those on Steam. I did not list that in the description. So if you guys would like to know exactly what I do, for those of you who are just tuning in, uh, check out the description below. This is pretty much all I do. So it's pretty much straightforward, and hopefully if you guys do if you do in fact happen to like the live stream, be sure to hit that like, smash that heart button. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and get subscribed for more content. And be sure to flick that beautiful bell notification. So therefore you'll always be able to stay up to date and be notified each and every single time I live stream. And for those of you who don't know when I live stream, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I could be on as late as 10:30, depending on how many people I have in chats. So, without further ado, guys, I'm not exactly sure what to expect with this new DLC that's going to be coming out for Car Dealer Simulator. Um, I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. So when that does launch, I will definitely do it all I can to add that DLC into that game. So therefore, I can get a chance to be able to play it and also give you guys updates and much more information, and also how to expand your car dealership. So the name of the game is you got to try to get as many vehicles as you can. You kind of start out with very limited resources, but as you progress through the game, your resources start to expand. So there's different vehicles and stuff that you can unlock. You can also upgrade your facilities, make those twice to three times the capacity. There are machine there are machines that you can also add on to the map as well. But your machines, you can also once you upgrade your facilities, those machines will upgrade with the facility. So if you start out with tool repairs and stuff, or not tool repairs, but part repairs and stuff like that, you'll probably start out with 10. But as you progress through the game, there's actually 10 levels. Once you get to level 10, you can definitely try to save as much money as you possibly can. You can get other junk vehicles, fix them up, repair them, paint them up, restore them, put them out in the lot, sell them, and make a lot of money that way. So basically, how I started getting familiar with the map is kind of like driving around it, check the map itself, check out different locations. Gas stations, you can go into there, you can actually you can buy equipment, you can buy certain things that can also help with your bartering with buying different vehicles and stuff like that. Like, so, like per se, if you got like a certain amount of candies and stuff like that, or cigarettes, you guys can actually take those items and use those for bartering. So that's pretty much all I can pretty. That's all I can pretty much tell you right now, guys. Definitely check out the game. Drive around the map for a little while, and you'll basically start to see different areas and stuff like that, and be able to pick up loose vehicles that were involved in crashes and so forth. So you definitely want to check your emails and stuff like that in the game, and also keep track of all your funds. But so far right now, I'm on level 10 on Car Dealer Simulator. It took me a little while, but I managed to get there. I think my first couple level ups were pretty fast, if I may say. But there are different assignments and stuff like that you can do. Check your emails. You can get different vehicles from different people, fix those vehicles up, and make even more money. The only thing that I can pretty much say is be careful of getting loans, because if you're not used to the game, it could really screw your game up. So try to get accustomed to the game first and then go from there. that's about the only advice I can give you when it comes to Car Dealer Simulator. And in case you guys are in fact wondering where you can find that game, you can find that on Steam. You can probably find that on Epic Games, possibly even Game Pass. I wouldn't even trust Game Pass because a lot of people have canceled their subscription with them because one director made a comment, and a few days later, he ended up having to resign. So there were so many people that was can fun if you were to download it and play it for the first time. There are certain locations on the map that you'll basically be getting. You'll start out with the first one, and the first one is very simple. Then after that, it's totally up to you what you want to do with that. If you want to go like really far with it, I don't know if they actually have the demo to that, but I can check. I can most definitely check that out. I don't think that they do. Wait a minute. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have a demo version of Car Dealer Simulator. Now, come to think about it. But if you guys would like to check out the demo, go into your Steam page and type in Car Dealer Simulator. It'll probably pop up with the demo, but I do believe the game is like $5.99 or something like that. Definitely do check it out because they are constantly updating maps or not maps. They're updating the game and they're adding more stuff to it. So their annual updates and stuff like that are random. And I think that is the most active game when it comes to updates, patch notes, and stuff like that. I do believe that is like the most active game when the devs do stuff like that. So big shout out to the devs for Car Dealer Simulator. There's also 3 other games attached to that as well. I do believe you might be in the same map. But then again, I can't really say for sure because I have not got a chance to download the other games. So that actually comes along with the purchase. So definitely do check out the demo first before you decide to download the game and get yourself familiar with the map and so forth. Everything is pretty much straightforward. All you do is check out your legend key. It'll pretty much tell you exactly what buttons activate this, what buttons activate that. You can also use this key right here, which is your E key. You can use your X-ray key and your Z key to be able to use different performances for different tasks, like vehicles and stuff like that. You can also buy a tow truck in there as well. You can also buy an upgrade for your tow truck. And as you expand your map, or not map, why do I keep saying map? As you as you could when you get the vehicle, when you get the tow truck, you can actually get the upgrade with it. The tow truck is $30,000 in the game, just in game using game cash and stuff like that. Once you get that, you should be able to purchase the upgrade to your tow truck at the junkyard. Check your map. Get to know your sense of direction in the map. So therefore, I mean, it's not like you're going to get lost in the map or anything, because the roads they all just swing back into just one specific area. So just definitely start with the inside and then just kind of work your way out as you're playing, or just basically checking everything out for the very first time. I do believe that you guys will have a lot of fun with that game. So again, big shout out to the devs. a matter of fact, I've never been I've never been so hooked on a game quite like this, but I would say this is like one of my other favorite games. So, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it. I've got countless hours of playtime in that game, so again, definitely do check them out. You can also follow the devs on Discord. You join their Discord, you can actually find out more information about the game as well. So there's also a community hub, or not community hub, but a community room as well, to where you can actually communicate with different people, and they will pretty much give you some ideas of how to play the map or how to play the game, where to go, what to do, this, that, and the other. The object of the game is to try to buy as many cars as you possibly can, fix them up, and put them out on the lot and get those cars sold. So therefore you can start earning a lot of profit, a lot of money for profits and upgrades. You do start out with a vehicle, so you're not pretty much on foot and trying to build up money just to buy a vehicle. You do start out with a vehicle. It is a truck. I do believe it's either a Toyota or something, but they don't use name brand vehicles in the game because of license purposes. So I'm sure sooner or later, if something like that were to happen, they would probably put that into a DLC, but they would actually have to get permission from the vehicle manufacturers and stuff like that. So I don't know if I don't know if they're actually planning on doing that anytime soon or not, but uh, if the devs are in fact watching this live stream, I definitely do suggest possibly if you guys could you guys actually make the map bigger, because it's very secluded. I think by expanding the map and making things a little bit more wider and stuff like that, more room to drive around. Well, I mean, not saying that you don't have enough room to drive around, because it's quite obvious. But you do have a lot of room. But the tow truck is very fast, guys. It is very fast, and you can haul 3 vehicles just on one tow truck. You got the flatbed, then you got the top tier that kind of folds down, and then you got the dolly behind it, the car dolly. Just drive up on it. Make sure that you have your ramps down. To activate your ramps, you press X, and that will lower the ramps for the dolly. So therefore, you can be able to drive your vehicle up that you just purchased up onto the dolly. Your Z key, however, if you do have the tow truck, what that will do is that will pull the vehicle up onto the flatbed, or or the secondary part that folds up like this, because you get the flatbed here, then you get the other part here, and on this side here you get the chassis for the truck. So if you do happen to run into somebody with the tow truck, trust me, you can actually you can actually flip the other vehicles. But if traffic does happen to back up, you can always reset the traffic. Just press escape and then just go to reset traffic. Once you reset it, everything that's in your path will clear out just that fast. So definitely do check out the demo, guys, before buying the game. And if you guys do in fact enjoy the demo and you do happen to play the game, let me know down in the comments below what your experience with that is, because I'd love to definitely get your feedback on this as well, because this game is completely awesome. It may not exactly have the suitable graphics, as in like realistic graphics. It's kind of, I'm not saying it's animated, but it does have their own animations, but there's a lot more game mechanics involved with that game. So if you have not checked that out yet, You got to check it. You got to check it out because it's it is very fun. Um, I'm actually thinking about possibly doing a live stream on that just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up and show you a little bit of a tutorial of how to use this, how to do that, how to hook up your car to the or how to hook up a car to the dolly. It's very simple. I mostly play on keyboard. I don't have a steering wheel or anything, so I don't think that those would be compatible for that type of game. But then again, I could be wrong. And I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. But if I am, I am. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm only human. So there you go. I have been checking out some stuff on been checking out some other games as well, guys. There is a new game coming out soon. I'm not sure if that game is already out, but the name of that game is called Retrieval. It is a zombie apocalypse type game, but it's it's a really cool one if you're into zombie hunting and stuff like that. But definitely do check that out, guys. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And as a simple legal disclaimer, I have no partnership, apprenticeship, or sponsorship with any of these devs at all. I have absolutely zero affiliation with them. I have actually played the games, so that's how I know a lot about them. So that's why I'm definitely the reason why I'm addressing this is because it's something that I think should be displayed because the more I explain it, the better chances of your success would be far much greater. So, and if you guys have actually missed this live stream at the very end and you're just tuning in, all is welcome. Again, if you do leave a comment, let's keep everything professional. Let's keep everything civil and so forth. Because at first, when I started, because at first, after I downloaded the game and I put it on for the first time, I was kind of iffy about it. But after I got to where I'm at now, it started to make a lot more sense because then when they give you a certain location, they don't say exactly where it's at. You just got to kind of drive around the map and look for that area. Pay attention to the signs that are above you, like your freeway signs and stuff like that. Definitely pay attention to those because that right there will also help you in the long run. So there you go, guys. That game is outstanding. They are getting ready to add another vehicle into the game. And so far from when I downloaded the game at first, it didn't really seem to have very much until now. I mean, it's if you downloaded it with the almost about the same time I did, it was probably a few months ago, and you actually got to play in it, it just kind of looked it kind of looked plain. But I mean, after a while of playing it, I mean, you'll start to notice some very big changes. Then once you notice the changes of the game mechanics, not so much the graphics, but much more, it's relatively interesting. And a lot of that I mean, like I said, everything is straightforward. If you strip the paint off the vehicle, you sand you putty it, sand it, then you can paint it. You start out with a little spray can, but just try to make sure that you have all your objectives complete. Then it will just allow you a smooth paint. But if you don't have any objectives completed, you're going to have like blotches of areas of paint that's not been made contact with the vehicle. So you're basically going to be stuck with these big spots on your car or whatever it is. And that's definitely something you really want to avoid. So always make sure that you complete all your objectives. How I found that out was I found out the hard way. I thought that I had everything all painted, this, that, and the other. And if you need to highlight some areas, use your X key on your keyboard. If you're playing on PC, which I do believe that is I'm pretty sure that's a PC only game. I'm not 100%, but let me shrink this down and let me take a look at that right quick, and I will definitely give you guys an answer on that. So just bear with me for a moment. Let's see, where are the statistics? Oh, shit, I probably got to go all the way to the bottom of the page. Damn. Not seeing anything here, so let me check somewhere else right quick and go from there. Sorry guys, Car Dealer Simulator is for PC only. It is for Microsoft, so it's a PC only game. I thought this was for console, but evidently it's not. So that's pretty much where I'm looking at, guys. I do believe that is a PC only game. Unfortunately, it is not for I don't think it's for console. So I definitely do want to apologize for any inconveniences because I honestly did think that this was going to be for cross-platform, but I just checked out the statistics on it, and or not the statistics. I checked out the stats for it, and it's showing for PC only. So I don't know. Maybe sooner or later they might adjust that to make that available also for console, but there's no guarantee for that, guys. There are YouTube videos of it. So when you guys start out, I mean, there's a whole lot of things to do. And right now, like I said, I'm on level 10, which is the highest level. I've got the tow truck, I've got the expansions. I did all that without having to get loans and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some questions of how did you manage to do this without getting loans? Well, you save your money. Save as much money as you possibly can. And once you actually have all the money that you need to do the upgrades, just go ahead and do them. It's that simple. Just try not to spend as much as possible. Just try to save as much money as you can without having to spend. But if you do happen to buy parts and stuff, go to the local junkyard because they're a lot cheaper there than actually buying those at the store or having a delivery service bring them to you. Excuse me, guys. So I think I've probably spent, if I had to estimate how much money I spent through deliveries, I'd probably say probably about 150,000 at least. I mean, it's insane just exactly how fast that money can add up. It really is. Absolutely insane. But when you first start out, it will start you out with a tutorial. It could be a little bit annoying, but as you go through the whole entire game, over a period of time, they will start to dissipate. And pretty much it'll all those tutorials they'll stop. So if you look at the market value when you go to your computer and you enter the market value, look at the actual value itself of the marketing and try to match that or try to go a little bit above that. So if you start to go from blue to green to like a very light olive green, you're fine. But as soon as you get within that red margin, that's when customers are going to start turning away. So you definitely want to avoid that red margin as much as possible. Kind of play around with it a little bit. And I think eventually, sooner or later, you guys will get the hang of it. I have faith in you guys. And ladies, if you're playing, I definitely have faith in you too. So there you go. So the only thing that I can pretty much say is check it out for yourselves. Drive around the map just to kind of start out with. But over a period of time, you're going to have an intruder step foot on the property. It's your job to keep that intruder off the property. You just walk up, knock him down, he'll get up and he'll run off. That could be so annoying because you could be like right in the middle of spray painting a vehicle, and then all of a sudden you'd have to drop everything just to run out, just to knock him down. The funny part is, if you got the tow truck and you run him over with the tow truck, it is absolutely hilarious. Oh my god, is it hilarious. but I'm sure you'll have fun with that. I know I did. So definitely do check that out. I could probably go on and on and on about this, but I'm gonna try not to bore you guys to death with some of the main activities and stuff that's involved that's associated in the game. So definitely do check it out. If you happen to like it, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what your experience with that is. And so far, I've already seen one thumbs down on that. And guys said, this person said it's not worth it. There's too many bugs and this, that, and the other. Well, when a game first comes out, guys, gals, there's going to be bug issues, but over a period of time, they will patch note those. They'll do like a patch note update. Therefore, that will do like bug fixes and stuff like that. So they're actually making improvements to the game consistently. So as you guys report bug issues and stuff like that, that actually does help the devs to be able to make the game a lot more feasible and more pleasant for you guys, ladies, as well. So if you do stumble across some type of issue to where you notice that there's a glitch, and I know where there's a glitch already at, you'll pass the gas station, you'll take that first right, follow that road straight ahead, just keep going straight. And when you start going uphill, you notice your vehicle will start to jump. That is because there's like the map kind of, there's kind of an overlay between a certain portion of the map because you got the map part here as you're going uphill, then you got the other part that kind of overlaps that. So that's where that glitch is, and that's where your truck will go airborne. So definitely be careful of that. It is on the right side of the road if you're going up the hill, but if you're going down the hill in the opposite direction, it'll be off to your left. So definitely, so definitely be careful. If you do happen to roll your vehicle, you can just reset it. But how I go back is twice as fast is I'll wait for a car to pull up and stop. And what I'll do is I'll jump up onto the car and like literally hitchhike a ride back there. So therefore, it's a lot less time consuming when you jump up onto a vehicle because when you're on the vehicle, they will take off and you can just ride. You can just basically take the whole ride to where your destination is. It's just hoping that the NPC does not turn at a certain at a certain point in the game. So there you go. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to the next topic. And let's say you do have Steam, you're having issues with it, and you're not exactly sure how to fix the issue on PC. I'm going to show y'all exactly how to do that, which is very simple. A couple steps here and there. But just to kind of give you a little bit of a forewarning on this, Steam it does in fact have a new sign-in feature for their games and stuff. So definitely do be careful of that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come down here to this little guy right here. You can left click on your mouse, come up here to Steam, click here. Once you see the whole entire thing pop up here, you're going to want to go to settings. Once you go to your settings, you'll click here, and this is the page that you're going to see. Look over in this general area right here, guys. Come down to where it says downloads. Click your downloads, and then come down to here, clear cache. Once you clear your cache files and stuff like that, what that's going to do, that's basically going to restore Steam all the way back to its standard default. It's going to sign you out, but you're going to have to sign back in. Once you sign back into Steam, if you're on PC, what that's going to do right there, it's going to say, it's going to have a question mark inside of a box. It's going to say who's playing. Go down below the box itself to where your email address is. Click on that. It's going to verify you. It's going to verify who you are. And then after that verification is done, it's going to verify your network. After that verifies your networks, it's basically going to sign you back in automatically. But if it does require a code, you're going to need 2 devices for that with the system that you're already on. Excuse me. And of course, you're going to need to have a mobile device. So if it does require a 6-digit code, go to your email. Go into your email here, and then you're going to go into your inbox. It should be the very top one. You should see where it says Steam. Press that, and that should basically give you a code in your email. So what you'll do is you'll if you look at that code, you'll type that into your computer, and then you'll press enter. Once you do that, you have been completely verified. Your network's verified. That should sign you back in. But it's very rare that you'll ever see those codes pop up like that, but it should automatically sign you in. So if that does in fact help you guys out, and ladies as well, be sure to hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button. And if in fact you do happen to stumble across any specific issues like that, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely do a walkthrough with you. So I will basically make my I will basically size my 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 YouTube live stream. I will size that down, and I will basically show you exactly how to do that. Because I've done this so many times, I could pretty much do this blindfolded. Legitimately. So there you have it. So if you guys do have any type of issues with that, let me know in the comments down below, and I will make a video of this, and I will show you guys what to do, how to do this, where to go, and get you guys signed back in successfully. But now I'm not sure, because Steam, like I said, Steam has in fact changed their new sign in. So they have updated their, I do believe their systems have already been updated. So if by chance you do receive an update, you don't have to worry about messing with Steam, because Steam will automatically update on your computer. So you don't have to worry about that. It's not for the players. It's just because the app itself. And their updates are coming directly from their servers. And future reference, guys, Steam is also getting ready to, they have already made their announcement. They're getting ready to release their new game system. It is called the Steam Machine. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be a kind of a mixture between Xbox and PlayStation. So it's going to be kind of like right in between. So that right there could be Microsoft's worst nightmare. I'm not saying that it will, but I'm saying that it could. So Microsoft's going to have to step up their game if they want to stay in the race. So Um, I do believe that game system should be released sometime. Should be getting released sometime next year. It probably won't be this year. It'll probably be sometime next year. It could be like early to mid summer. Early. I could say by. I could now. Don't quote me on this, guys. This could be anywhere from January to possibly somewhere in between June. But there is no dates. I don't do dates. I don't do times. So just to clarify that, I don't give dates, I don't give times. And if you hear anybody giving a specific date and a specific time, that's clickbait information. Just totally disregard that by all means. Because there is a lot of, I guess you could say, misinformation, disinformation, however you call it what you will. So if anybody gives dates and times, pardon my French, it's a bunch of bullshit. So in case you guys would like to know what the Steam machine looks like, I would be more than happy to show you exactly what that system looks like. Hang on just a second, guys. I do have screenshots of that. What the hell? Just bear with me for a moment. I'm actually trying to pull that up on my phone. I did get a picture of that, so I will show you what that looks like. So here it is, guys, gals. This is the new game system that's going to be released. It does also have the AMD NVIDIA. It's not NVIDIA, but RDNA. So this is what the system is speculated to look like. That information has in fact been leaked. Or it could be something simple as this. Oh, excuse me. Could be something simple as this right here. So it's kind of a mixture between this and this. Now you can get those as high as you can get those up to 512 gigabytes, which is not really that much, which is really not that much storage space. But I do believe you can get those up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. But definitely check them out. So that would be the new Steam machine. That would be set for sometime next year. And as I was saying, between January and June, that is kind of an estimated ballpark on my behalf. So if it comes out later than that, I definitely do want to convey my apology and inform you guys that a mistake was actually in fact made here on the channel. And if I keep making mistakes like that, I tell you what, I'm going to have more. I'm going to have more mistakes in a car dealership parking lot than what they can actually hold vehicle wise. So if you guys are wondering if I'm going to be putting price tags on those mistakes, probably not, because I'm the owner. Those are my mistakes. So, but anyway, it is what it is, guys. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe it could come out a lot sooner than expected, but they're saying sometime in 2026. So, they could be possibly programming everything, getting everything set up, or possibly even manufacturing. So, only time will tell. Time does have time does have a way to reveal all secrets. In a very mysterious way at that. So, you guys have any questions or comments or concerns for me? Feel free to light it. Feel free to light up these chats. And if there's something I can help you with specifically, like I said, I'll be more than willing to do just that. I'll be happy to assist you in any way, shape, or form that I possibly can. But just note for the records, guys, I don't have the answers to everything, nor am I going to pretend like I do, because at the end of the day, I really don't. Because I don't believe in misleading people, because that's not my intentions. Never has been and never will be. So everything that I'm pretty much putting up here is in fact factual, except for, like I said, between January and June. That's kind of a speculation. So again, I really don't know when this machine is going to be out and about, made available to the public. So the only thing I can say is let's just kick back, relax. Let's wait and see what happens between here and there. So once it does start hitting shelves, I'm kind of estimating a price of maybe possibly up to $800 just for one of those machines. Somebody said that it probably won't be $800, but that's just, again, that's just speculation. That is not confirmed yet. So before anybody gets a wise idea and decides to say, "Oh, you know what? Here it is, sometime in August, and that machine was released 2 months ago." But like I said, those two dates are speculation because I don't know when they're coming out. But if and when I do happen to find out when they're going to be releasing those and opening those to the general public, I will definitely keep you guys up to date with this here on the channel. So, in case, and there has been some things that I did in fact leave out, and this was unintentional, but for the most part, if you guys are wanting to know exactly how to fix your PC issues that you're having, go back and check out my other videos because I do a lot of PC tech and so forth. I've went to school for computers, So hopefully, if you do have an issue, let me know, and I will try to help you out the best of my ability. Just be careful of certain files if you do delete, because if you delete the wrong file, your computer may be rendered useless, and there's a good possibility that one of those files may not be recoverable or salvageable. So just a little FYI, just be careful of what you're doing and know what you're doing. Now, getting rid of your temp folders and stuff like that, your temporary files, your cached files, and all that other garbage, that's your computer doesn't really need all that. Just get rid of some of the simple stuff like your cache files, your clear out your history, clear out your web browser, stuff like that. Just try not to mess with anything else that's associated with your PC, because that could potentially cause a problem in the long run. So hopefully that does help you guys out. If it does, fantastic. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your experience with that is. So I've done quite a bit of stuff on my computer. Oh, and by the way, in Windows 10 is probably no longer going to be receiving updates, security updates, and so forth. So if you're on Windows 10, I think now would probably be about the best time to upgrade to Windows 11. And if you're having issues doing that, check out my video prior to this one. And there's a simple walkthrough step by step. And if that does help you out, hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button. If you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, go ahead and get subscribed for more content. And of course, I'm not going to say the rest because I think y'all already know the drill. So, and if you guys would like to know exactly where else you can find me besides on my YouTube channel, I will post a link in the chats for you guys. And yes, I do post links in my chats for you guys. So I just dropped the link in the chats for you guys. That's where you can find me. You can find me on my Discord, Dead Shadow 79. There's no underscores or anything like that associated with that user ID. Feel free to send me a follow. Let me know exactly if you guys are having any type of issues and so forth. If you are, let me know exactly what that issue is. I'll try to walk you through it, get you back up, and get you running, get your computer running, and get it right back to its optimal performance. And hopefully, you won't have to hire a technician because they charge $30 an hour. To where here on this channel, I do this for free. So hopefully that helps you guys out. And again, like I said, I do this on my channel at no cost to you. So there you have it, guys. Ladies, same to you as well. So on my next live stream, I'm also going to show you guys and gals how to check. Actually, I could probably do that now. I'm going to show you exactly how to check your hard drive for error messages. So I'm going to shrink this down once again. Hopefully you guys can see this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my recycling bin. I'm going to look for where it says this PC. Second one from the bottom. Click here. And if you see this right here, this is the one that you're going to want to go to because this has your Windows and stuff like that installed in it. So right click. Once this window here pops up, you're going to want to come down here to properties. You're going to have another window pop up right here. You're going to want to come down here to where it says tools. Okay. Now, once you get this window here open, Windows C properties, go to check. You're going to see this little blue box right here. You're going to see this little box right here pop up with all this. Scan drive. Once you scan your drive, this is an estimated config when it comes to time, so that's completely inaccurate. So it says about 7 minutes, 8. So this is not going to complete. It's not even probably going to make it halfway through. See, your drive was scanned successfully, or your drive was successfully scanned. Go ahead and close that out, and then once you do this up here, come down here to the bottom one and click optimize. You're going to see this pop up, Windows C solid state drive known as SSD. This was actually checked 2 days ago. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to optimize. I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but look where my arrow is going. Look for where it says optimize and click that. That should not take any more than 30 seconds. And that's it. Once this completes, just go ahead and close everything out. Close this out, close that out. So you're not going to lose any files or anything. So what you're doing is you're actually optimizing your hard drive. So it's always best to do that once in a great while. I mean, just try not to do it every day. I would probably say once every 3 to 6 months. Should be fine. So there you go, guys. I hope this helps you out. Ladies, I hope this helps you out as well. So if you do have any questions for me, feel free to hit me up and feel free to drop a comment down below in the comment section. Just to let you know, I did in fact go to school for computers. I've basically been learning computers way beforehand. So my first computer was like built back in the 1980s. Very simple. I was able to get past the security passwords and all that stuff. So in case you guys are wondering, we'll go to selfies here. Believe it or not, that was me a few years back. IT support specialist. That was my major. And how I did not complete my tasks. or a complete not my task. Why I did not complete that is because I've been kind of paying really close attention to what that school's been on. Misuse of federal funds, waste, fraud, abuse, and mismanagement of federal funds. So I asked them for a transfer, and I asked them for a copy of my transcript. So they gave me they gave me an uncertified copy of my transcript, which I do believe that would be illegal for them to do. On the contrary, that it's all being paid for by federal funds. So they gave me an unofficial transcript. So if you do plan on going to certain schools and you do see stuff like that, be sure to report most of that stuff to different agencies. Find out what you can do. Also, protect your rights as well, not only as a student, but also as a citizen. And if some places tell you that you cannot record in a public place, actually, that is incorrect. You can record in a public place because that was actually ruled out under common law jurisdiction. It's actually under common law jurisdiction. That falls under the First Amendment. It is a constitutional protected right. And if anybody decides to violate that right, they have committed treason under 18 U.S. Code, subsection 2381 of the United States Constitution thereof, committing treason by definition. It has been ruled out by the United States Supreme Court of Seattle versus Washington back in 2021. The United States Supreme Court has, in fact, ruled in favor to the people, saying that filming in a public place is not, in fact, illegal. So that is a First Amendment constitutional protected right. So I definitely have to give a shout out to the United States Supreme Court for passing that in favor of the people. So again, that falls under Seattle versus Washington 2001. That is an actual court case and has been ruled on by the United States Supreme Court. It's rule of justice, which is in fact the highest laws of the land. Check it out, look it up. And if they decide to try to take you to court for something as petty as that, just to let you guys know that every single court system in the United States is not licensed to practice law. Because here's the thing. When it comes to the United States courts judicial system, they're actually participating under the bar. Bar is abbreviated for British Accreditation Registry, which means that falls under British Parliament, which is a total violation of Title 8. So that would be a conflict of interest. And that would be a technicality to overturn or get that case acquitted. So the more you know, the more you grow. And by the way, guys, I am not a licensed attorney. I am a constitutionalist. So the only thing that I can suggest is to exercise all of your rights. Know what your rights are, and exercise every single one of them. Also, if a state says that a person cannot, if a state says that a civilian cannot possess a firearm of any kind, incorrect. The Second Amendment under the United States Constitution, Section 9, specifically states, and I quote, "The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." So anybody who infringes on the Second Amendment right has in fact violated not only their oath, but they have also violated the constitutional right of another human being. So that would be a disgrace of the uniform. If that would be a law officer, if it would have been an officer of the law that states that, they would be in direct violation of their oath that they duly sworn before becoming a police officer. So, like I said, guys, know what your rights are, exercise your rights to the fullest extent, because not only the Second Amendment allows people to keep and bear arms, but that actually falls under New York versus Heller and New York versus Bruin. Check those court cases out. And if a state is trying to ban AR-15s, they cannot ban something that is in most common use. That was actually ruled on by the United States Supreme Court's rule of justice, and they practically came out and stated that. So if any blue state tries to go against that, then that's called dereliction of duty, which means that they're using their power, or that they're actually, correction, they're abusing their power of office. So Article 2, Section 4, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution states, and I quote, "Anyone who oversteps their boundaries of jurisdiction, government, president, vice president, shall be subjected to be removed, effective immediately." So once they are removed under Article 2, Section 4, Clause 2, once they are removed from their position, they can never hold another position in office ever again. So basically what I'm saying is they are permanently blacklisted. So there, guys, gals, you would actually have a very argumentative statement. So hopefully again, guys, hopefully again, everyone, hopefully this does in fact help you guys out. Ladies, hopefully this helps you out as well. So it's not a matter of knowing the law, it's the matter of knowing what your constitutional rights allows you to do. Your constitutional rights was granted to you by your creator and not by government. So there you have it. And again, hopefully this does help you out. If you do have questions about certain things, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. If you do have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my knowledge. But I'm not going to pretend like I have answers to everything, because truthfully, at the end of the day, I don't have answers to everything specifically. So if you ask me a question that I don't have an answer to, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I'm looking up to find out more information about that so I can give you what I would believe would be the best answer possible to the best of my knowledge. Because there's some people out there, they'll give you an answer what they want you to believe or this, that, and the other. I'm a straightforward shooter. I will be very discreet and I will give you a very definitive answer. So that's just the way I am. A lot of people say, well, hmm, how's come he does this? How's come he does that? Well, it's because I can do it's because I was given that I was granted that right. Okay, so to recap on the Bar Association, the Bar Association falls back under British law. So British law actually was signed before America signed the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. That's when we broke off from the United States Corporation. Because at one point in time, we were part of the corporation under the British Parliament. So when we signed that Declaration of Independence, we became our own sovereign nation. And back in November 11th of 1775, our United States military was erected. So that means that's when our military was established. And that's where we became our own nation. The American flag that you see today, 13 stars, 50, or no, excuse me, 13 stripes and 50 stars. That is not the original flag. The original flag actually had 13 stripes and a whole big circle of nothing but stars. That was the original flag. The flag that we have now was actually it was actually first created by Betsy Ross. You don't believe me? Check out the history. Look it up. You'll see it for yourself. So, but anyway, guys, there's a lot of things that you may not know. And I'm basically going to tell you specifically there was a lot of things in school that was not correctly taught. Come to find out, a lot of those were lies. People say that the Titanic sunk. That was not the Titanic, that was the Olympic. The Olympic looked identical to the Titanic. And both of those ships were actually owned by JP Morgan. JP Morgan had all his rivals on the Olympic. That's the ship that sunk. And if you have a wall of steel about an inch to about an inch and a half thick, think about it this way, guys. How the hell does an iceberg split and rip through the hull of a quarter inch, about an inch to an inch and a half, inch and a quarter thick plate of steel? How does that work? Something's not adding up here. Because if that's the case, if you were to use a pickaxe on ice and you were to hit that, you would probably break the pickaxe. No, that's not the case. The pickaxe will always break the ice. But how does an inch to an inch and a quarter thick plate of steel get ripped off the hull of the ship? Unless they did not pound the rivets to make them flat on both sides, to make them look like nail heads on each side. That would be the only way, or they didn't get those hot enough to temper that steel. So that being the case, I do believe that was on purpose. So JP Morgan could actually file an insurance claim and basically extort the insurance company for the settlement. That would be fraud and extortion. And if they would have had the RICO Act back then, I'm sure he would have been charged with the RICO Act. So, in case you guys want to know what RICO stands for when it comes to law, here you go. Racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. So, yes, I've done my homework, guys. That's exactly what RICO stands for. So, if that law would have been if that would have been in effect when JP Morgan was still around, I'm sure that's exactly what he would have been facing. And if he would have been facing that, more than likely he would have been going to either ADX was not even thought of. He would have probably went to Alcatraz or possibly even Leavenworth, if that would have been around during his time. Keyword if. Which is basically a federal prison. He would have probably been facing possibly 6 to 30 years or possibly even life. Well, fraud and extortion to a federal level, with that being under billions of dollars and people actually passing away on that ship as it went down. That was basically all of JP Morgan's rivals. One problem. There was only one survivor. Actually, a couple of them. But the last survivor I'm not sure if you watched the movie Titanic, but it that was not based on the Titanic. That was based on the Olympic. But I'm sure a lot of that was probably buried away somewhere in the National Archives because a lot of that had a lot of cover-ups and so forth. And not to mention, there was in fact a fire on on the Olympic. The Olympic was I think it was an older version of the Titanic. Titanic was the newer version. So definitely do check that out, guys. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, guys, it's getting close to 9:30. I got about 3 more minutes left on the channel. So if you guys do happen to check this out, please be sure to do your homework. On top of that, do your own independent research and you'll be surprised with what you come up with. Because a lot of things weren't properly taught in schools. So pretty much everything that you learned in school was practically a lie. There's always a truth behind everything, and eventually time reveals all secrets. So, anyway, I hope you guys learned quite a bit from this. And if you guys happen to do your research, let's get a hashtag in the comment section, researched, because I definitely would love to hear your feedback on this. And as always, guys, I definitely do want to thank you guys again for coming to hang out with me here on the channel. If those of you who are new and would like to see more exclusive content like this, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, I definitely do want to thank you all for coming to hang out. And for those of you who have missed the live stream, all is welcome as well. So again, guys, as I end my live streams, I know it's going to be a few minutes early, but last time I ended my live stream a minute before 9:30, so 9:29, which is right about now. It's coincidental. So anyway, I definitely do want to thank you guys for coming to hang out. Until next time, as I always end my streams, be safe, stay sharp, stay frosty, and most of all, stay vigilant. Until next time, thanks for watching. I love you guys, gals. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.